The Pareto effect and Marx's philosophy of bourgeoisie and proletariat are two concepts that shed light on the distribution of power and wealth in societies. The Pareto effect, also known as the 80-20 rule, states that 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. In other words, a small group of people holds the majority of power and wealth in a given society. On the other hand, Marx's philosophy of bourgeoisie and proletariat emphasizes the class struggle between the ruling class and the working class. Despite being two different concepts, the Pareto effect and Marx's philosophy share some similarities. Both theories highlight the unequal distribution of power and wealth in societies. The Pareto effect shows that a small group of people holds the majority of power and wealth, while Marx's philosophy argues that the bourgeoisie controls the means of production and exploits the proletariat for their labor. Furthermore, both concepts suggest that the dominant class will use its power to maintain its status and suppress the subordinate class. The Pareto effect explains how the rich and powerful maintain their influence through the concentration of wealth and the creation of barriers to entry for the rest of the population. Similarly, Marx's philosophy argues that the bourgeoisie will use their power to maintain their position and prevent the proletariat from overthrowing them. While the Pareto effect emphasizes the concentration of power and wealth in a small group of people, Marx's philosophy identifies two distinct classes in society, the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. The Pareto effect does not explicitly address the class struggle between the ruling class and the working class. Moreover, while the Pareto effect suggests that the concentration of power and wealth in the hands of a few can lead to societal inefficiencies and unequal distribution of resources, Marx's philosophy takes it a step further and argues that the exploitation of the proletariat by the bourgeoisie will eventually lead to a revolution. In conclusion, the Pareto effect and Marx's philosophy of bourgeoisie and proletariat offer different perspectives on the unequal distribution of power and wealth in societies. While the Pareto effect highlights the concentration of power and wealth in a small group of people, Marx's philosophy emphasizes the class struggle between the bourgeoisie and the proletariat. Nonetheless, both concepts share the idea that the dominant class will use their power to maintain their position and suppress the subordinate class.